discovering the real you, and how to get there. It's Grateful Monday, and your favorite pizza topping may be in shortage.
Welcome to the Hopefulist, a daily talk show hosted by veteran broadcaster Wendy McClure. Join Wendy each day as she shares her life lessons that transformed her from perpetual pessimist to the ultimate hopefulist. The perfect morning show to get you caught up on the day's top stories while sharing insights that will lead to positive transformation and bring out the hopefulist in you. For more inspiration, visit Hopefulist.com. And now, here's your host and hopefulist, Wendy McClure.
Hello and welcome to a Monday. Thank you for tuning in. It is August 17th, 2020, day 310 of Gotta Get On Ellen. Man, oh man, have we had a change in weather. It's like overnight. It's in the 60s right now. It's cool. Like I'm putting on a sweatshirt and stuff when I go outside. It's kind of crazy. I'm even thinking about taking Tucker for a walk, and I'm thinking I'm going to have to put pants on. Like pants with long legs. Crazy. It's only the middle of August. It's a nice little reprieve, though. I'm sure the cool weather is not here to stay. But it is nice to walk outside and not, be immediately full of sweat. And it's nice to be able to wear a little bit of some of the fall clothing I have. I've been obsessed with this new online boutique called Jolie Boutique. And most of the clothes I have ordered are more towards spring and fall rather than summer. So, except for the one that I ordered recently, which is stuck in transit. Got a notice that it was going to be delivered on Friday. Yay! It was not delivered on Friday. Now, every time I check the tracking, in transit with no date delivery schedule. Oh, I hate that. Give me my stuff. Give it to me. I want it, and I want it now. Not only did I order a cute little tank top for summer, I got a really cool mask for your face, for the COVID. Really cool. Definitely going to post a picture of that when I get it. So, yes, the weather has taken a turn for the cool. I don't think it's going to last long, like I said. So, it's just a nice little reprieve, a nice little break from the heat and humidity. It's only going to be in the 70s today, which is kind of crazy. It's August. Again, I'll take it. I was thinking about maybe catching some sun for a little while this morning before the clouds roll in this afternoon. Yesterday was terrible. Rained all day. I mean, poured rain all day. But I think it might be too cool outside for me to sit outside in my bathing suit. Because I'm a big baby when it comes to the cool weather. I really get very cold very quickly. And I typically only like to sit outside in a bathing suit, that is, when it's in the 80s. So I think the high for today is only like 74 or something like that. Crazy. I'll take it, though. Tomorrow's supposed to be really nice. So maybe I'll get a whole bunch of work done. Maybe I'll do 2 days worth of work today, so that I can take a nice little break tomorrow. Here comes Tucker with her dolly. Tucker has just been a ball of energy lately. She heard me say her name. She's looking at me. I don't know what's happened to this old girl of ours. Turned 14, and now she's acting like a puppy again. She wants to play all the time, which is why I thought maybe I'll take her for a nice little stroll after the podcast, now that it's early and cool, and maybe tire her out for a good nap. Been having some problems sleeping lately. Ugh, makes me crazy. I suffered with insomnia for no lie, 20 years. And I really had gotten kind of used to it. It just was what it was. I mean, there was not much I could do about it. I mean, I went through all kinds of issues, where I couldn't get to sleep, and then I could get to sleep, and then I would wake up in the middle of the night and not be able to get back to sleep. So once I started taking my anti-anxiety medication. That pretty much went away. But for the last week or so, I've had such trouble falling asleep. And when I do fall asleep, it's like I fall asleep for a few minutes and then I wake up again. And then I fall asleep for a few minutes and I wake up again. Oh, making me crazy. So say a little prayer for me that I get some good sleep. This is why I love my naps so much, because even if I don't get a good night's sleep, I know I got a good nap coming up. I never have trouble napping for some reason. I don't know why I can sleep well on my nap, but not in a good night's sleep. I know some of you are saying if you didn't take a nap, you'd probably get a good night's sleep. And you are right. I have to have my nap. I love it. Love my nap. So I'd rather just do more stuff during the day to tire me out than to give up my nap. Speaking of tiring myself out, I was really, and I'm hopeful that I can do it. I want to go for a bike ride today. I've not been on one bike ride this entire summer. You know why? Because I sprained my ankle. It has been 6 weeks now since I sprained my ankle, and it's starting to feel achy, but in a different way than before. And somebody was telling me that it's probably becoming, I'm going to say this wrong, atrophied. Because I'm not really using it in the way that I had been. Like, I'm kind of favoring it. So I've been suggested to go back to normal use slowly, of course. So I'm going to do a little workout today. You know why? Because it's Monday, and working out on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday is a non-negotiable. That's right, people. I'm back. I'm going to start annoying the crap out of you with the non-negotiable, because you know why? It works. Make things in your life a non-negotiable. And you will do them. You know why? Because it's a non-negotiable. That's right. So, we'll see what happens. You know, I'm already doing too much. I'm going to work out today. I'm going to take Tucker for a walk. I'm going to go for a bike ride. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'm going to work out first. And then I think maybe I'll take her for a little stroll. She'll really enjoy that. The people around here are really, really nasty with dog owners, though, walking on even a little bit of their property to let them relieve themselves. It's so funny to me. I see this is a point of contention in our community Facebook group where people fight back and forth constantly about letting your dog go on other people's property. And frankly, I don't see what the big deal is, especially around here with the rocks. As long as it's being picked up, which most people are in this day and age picking up after their dog, who cares? What is the big deal? You know, the birds go in your driveway too. You know, the other animals go in your driveway too. You know that the rocks in your driveway are already not clean, right? But here's the issue. There's so many people that when you get into a discussion like this on this group page that I'm a part of, so many people say, why don't you let your dog go on your own property and then take them for a walk? Okay, clearly you've never walked a dog. I mean, it's so ludicrous to me. And I've said to people before, you obviously don't have a dog. And they'll say, yeah, I do. And I'm like, well, I don't know how. I don't know how you can have your dog go on your property, which it's the first thing she does, by the way, because we have a fire hydrant on our property. So the first thing she does is go over to that fire hydrant. My brother likes to call it, to check out the pee mail left by the other dogs, of course. So she always goes there, and then she proceeds to go about, and I'm not exaggerating, one time I counted 14 more times in a 3/4 of a mile walk down to the end of our street and back. 14 times I count at one time. It's what they do. They're leaving their mark. If you have a dog that only goes in your own property and then doesn't it go again for, a 20-minute walk, please teach me. How do you do that? Because I think you can make millions. At least around here you can. Because I'm just waiting for the day. Because this is what they do around here. I'm waiting for the day that somebody posts a picture of me and my dog from their Ring camera saying, do you know who this loser is who let their dog go on my property? It's what I'm waiting for. It's one of the reasons I don't like to take her for walks anymore. People are so anti-dog around here. It's ridiculous. I don't understand why It is so offensive to have your dog go on someone's property when you are picking it up. Now, I'm not saying let them go right up to the door. No, clearly not. But you have to remember, too, that these are dogs. They start to get on a sniff trail, and they just keep moving. They don't understand that there's all these arguments happening. It's hard to reason with a dog when they're in the middle of a sniff trail trying to find a good place to go. All right. Getting off my soapbox. Now, I know a lot of people disagree with me on this point because, trust me, I have argued with a lot of people over this. To me, personally, it's not a big deal. In fact, if you're walking your dog, feel free to dump your bag in my trash can. Don't care about that either. It's another thing that people are all up in arms about. Stop doing that because people just had a fit because I put trash in the trash can. Okay, I'm not going to get into this. Too late. I know. I'm sorry. So anyway, I will let you know tomorrow if I decided to go for a walk. But this is why I don't walk my dog because it's just so much trouble. So today is Grateful Monday. Not that you would know it by listening to me. Grateful Monday is the day that I go over some of my own entries from my own personal gratitude journal to show you how easy and simple it can be to just write down a couple of things a day that you are grateful for from the last 24 hours. 3 to 5 things every day from the past 24 hours. So a couple of things I was grateful for this past week. My friend Libby got me a new face mask, a Philadelphia Eagles face mask. It is really cool. I used it the other day at the supermarket, and it is unfortunately way steaming up my glasses, like way, way bad. We'll see. I'll have to adjust. Got my hair done. You know, this is something we used to take for granted. It's getting our touch-ups. Got my touch-up. Pretty uneventful. I wrote down at one day, this was during the week, Joe's Cookies. Have I told you about Joe's Cookies? Joe makes really good cookies, and he made some cookies last weekend. So I was indulging in them throughout the week. Not good for my healthful eating plan. But I did work out last week. It's the first time I worked out in a couple of weeks, so I was very proud of that. And then yesterday I had mentioned how it was rainy and dreary all day long, so Joe and I spent a lazy day sitting in front of the tube watching some movies. We watched Ad Astra with Brad Pitt. Very odd movie. Very strange. Will not watch that again, I can assure you. And then we watched Motherless Brooklyn with Ed Norton. I remember this being out last year and all the hype around it. It was pretty good. We liked it. It's like back in the day. It's like old-timey. Probably, I'm not sure when it was. 40s, 50s, 60s? Something like that. It was good. There's a lot of stars in it. A lot of people were in that movie. Bruce Willis. Why can't I think of his name now? Because Joe was like, oh, look who it is. Alec Baldwin was in it. Had I known that, I may not have watched it. Not a Alec Baldwin fan. He makes me crazy. Yeah, I'm losing it. I can't think of the other guy, the big guy that was in it. But it was a very interesting movie. It gets a thumb and a half from me. Thumb and a half. I liked it. Some upsetting news if you are a big pepperoni fan. My sister, I know, loves pepperoni. And I don't know if it's going to be an issue with the pepperoni sticks that you get in the store or on your pizza. I am not a fan of pepperoni on my pizza. Kind of, I find it difficult to eat. You know, if you can't, and because the slices are usually pretty big. And if you can't fit your entire bite around it, it's usually very difficult to bite in half and then leave the other half there. Usually the whole thing comes off and then it kind of, lands on your lip and it burns your lip. And I just find it difficult to eat. But I know it is the number one. I think it's the number one pizza topping. But they're saying that there's a shortage of pepperoni. And it shouldn't really affect the pizza industry not anytime soon, because they usually lock in their prices like way ahead of time with their suppliers. That's what the news is telling me anyway. So we'll see what happens. Just be aware. You heard it here first. There's potentially a pepperoni shortage. So take that for what it is. The topic for today, I wanted to hear about something that gets you really, really excited. What's something that really excites you? Something you maybe want more of in your life. For me personally, it's boats. I don't know if you're familiar with the fact that I love boats. Love boats. Want my own boat. One day. Someday. Going to get me on my own boat. But that is a goal of mine, to own a boat. If only I could get my husband on board. He is anti-boat. It's okay. He'll come around. So what is it that makes you really excited? Kathy says, not much anymore, but as an avid equestrian, there's nothing like the feeling then when you're galloping on the back of a horse with the wind in your face. You feel like one with the horse. That sounds really cool. Denise says, I've had a terrible few years, so things going right and falling into place get me excited. Good for you, Denise. It is good to be excited about the small, everyday things and the things that show your life is going the way that you want it to. Jim says, living a God-filled life. Kelly says, planning a trip. And Andy says, traveling to new places. So there are some of the things that get you really, really excited. You know, something else so simple that gets me really excited, the start of a new book. Love the start of a new book. And you know what else gets me really excited? When I see Tucker grab her little birthday monkey and come running at me with it right now. And she's sitting right here waiting to see if I'm going to play with her. But I'm not, because I'm busy working. She's so cute. She's lucky she's cute, I'll tell you that. Been waking me up in the middle of the night. Oh, Miss Thing. She's lucky she's cute. Moving on to the blog post for today, finding the real you. That's right, the real you. It's kind of why I was asking about what gets you really excited. So what I want you to do as we continue our discussion about living with intention is get out that super cute notebook and grab a fabulous pen. I want to dive in this week to find out what we all really want. What is the type of life we really want to live? Who do we ultimately want to be? And how to go about getting there. So get into a comfortable position and make sure you have a few minutes. This is what I want you to do. Envision your life. Envision your dream life. I want you to think about the end of your life. How do you want it to have played out? What are the accomplishments you want to make? What kind of person do you want to be? Are you strong, decisive, and focused? Are you calm, kind, and giving? Are you surrounded by your children and grandchildren? How do you want to be remembered? What are the words you want people to use to describe the type of person you are? How do you want to live on a daily basis? Where are you? What does your day look like? What do you do? What do you have around you? What is it that you want to experience? What are some of the things you want to see before your time is up? Envision all of this. Write down what your life will look like when you achieve all of this. How will you wake up every day? How will you feel when you wake up every day? What does your daily life look like? What are you doing? How are you doing it? And now, how can you make all of this happen? It's time to set some goals. It's time to start projecting your life to yourself, for yourself. One of the things I do is write in the back of my gratitude journal is a projection of how I want my life to look in a certain amount of time. The best way to do this is to start looking back from the end of your life. What is everything you want to achieve and experience? What do you need to do in order to make that happen? How do you want your life to look 10 years from now, 5 years from now, 1 year from now, even 6 months from now? Working backwards is a way to make sure you aren't missing anything. It stops that bad habit we all have of putting things off because we feel we have so much time. It gets real clear in our head what we want, and in the habit of visualizing that life. That puts it out into the universe. You've asked for it now. And you can start on the goal of attaining that life. I just wrote a new projection last week for 6 months. I wrote down all I want to achieve in the next 6 months. How I want my life to be every day when I wake up. How my day plays out. The big goals I want to accomplish and the little things I want included in my daily life. I write down how I will feel once I achieve these goals and how grateful I will be when I'm living this life. How I will look forward to each day and all that it entails. All the work and all the rewards. Work hard, play hard. I visualize the financial benefits I will see and what that will mean for my life and my husband's life. And then you know what I do? I read it every day. This helps solidify my goals in my mind and keeps me on the path to achieving it all. What is the plan you are going to follow to make that prediction come true? What do you have to do in order for it to be a reality in the time period you project? Get on it. Start doing. Sound like a lot of work? I know it does. Those who live extraordinary lives take extraordinary measures to get it. I want that to be you. I want you to reach the end of your life and have as little regrets as possible. I want you to see and experience all you've ever dreamed of. I want you to have lived the exact life you wanted. This is a huge part of making that happen. Sit with this for a while. See how visualizing your life, the life you really want, and how it will make you feel. The more detail you include, the more powerful it will be. Write it all down. Then read it over and over again, at least once a day. See it. Feel it. Become it. This is how you start the process of being the person you want to be. Oh, it is Monday already, but that's okay. It's my favorite day of the week. After Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, of course. It is a brand new week full of possibilities and opportunities. Now go on out there and make the most of them and be your badass self. You know, I'm cheering you on.
Thank you for listening to The Hopefulist, hosted by Wendy McClure. For more inspiration, please visit hopefulist.com. Thanks, and we'll see you tomorrow on The Hopefulist.